All right, guys. Commissioner Ace Coach 704, PEL, Primetime Elite League, Madden 19 Rules Overview. Starting off on the screen here with the basics. Of course, we are a 48-hour advanced league. We did vote on that. Contact must be made within 24 hours. We'll talk about scheduling a little more in detail later on. Advances are at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. We typically advance a lot earlier than 10 p.m. Eastern Time. Playoff advances every 24 hours because a lot of people are not in the playoffs, obviously, and we want to keep the league moving as fast as possible. We voted on XP. 200% XP was voted on for all positions. We do use GroupMe app. I considered switching to another app, but don't want to do that right now for Madden 19. We may do it down the road with Madden 20. So forth, so on. We will have Daddy Leagues again. The league website's right there for you to click on. If you're new and you want to check it out, please do so. We've got all the stuff that we did last year, the articles, videos of the live show, storylines, Sundays, power rankings, and team stories. We'll get into that a little later in detail. We are on All Pro setting with slider adjustments. And then our slaughter adjustments do favor run blocking and pass coverage, and that's based on the league vote that we took last year. We'll see how Madden 19 goes. We'll start out favoring those things, and we'll make it pretty extreme, and then we'll, adjust as needed off of that. You can be an owner or a coach. I'm not too stringent on that, even if you do take a real life guy and get some little bonus off of that. I don't think it makes a big difference, to be honest, with you. We've never had any issues with that. Owners do receive more incentives in the incentive packages that are offered just because there's more to give an owner than there is just a regular coach. We will not be allowing relocation in Madden 19. We only had one team relocate last year. That was me. And I moved from Buffalo to Brooklyn. So there'll be no relocation in Madden 19. I think it's more authentic that way anyway. And then relocation hadn't really been touched in the past few years, so it's no real, incentive to do so. We do turn injuries off when we advance, like most sim leagues do. No CPU games are played here. That may be something new to you if you're new to the PEL. You got to play an opponent. You go either play an opponent, receive a forced win, or you'll take a fair sim. That's one of your three options when you have a game here. We do have incentive packages, like I said earlier. We'll get into that later. We do a weekly live show, 10 p.m. Tuesday nights Eastern Time. Weekly storylines, article, or video about the league on Sundays. The quarterly power rankings every 4 weeks. Team stories are written by owners, and you do get incentives if you write a certain amount of stories, which we'll, dig into a little more down the road. And we do enforce our sim gameplay rules here. And you guys that know me, we like to do progressive discipline, which we'll talk about a little later on. But we try to enforce rules, and the guys that have been here will try to educate those that may not know. We do have one opening in the Colts. Right now, like I said before, I'm still holding that open for our former members to join if they choose to. We'll probably wait about another month or so on that. And then for those that are interested in joining, we're going to take each one and then we'll kind of go through a process as a league management team, and we'll decide who's the best fit. And the main thing with that is a good attitude. I don't care how good you are in other leagues or if you've got friends here or so forth and so on. None of that really matters. We need good people here with good attitudes. And, we have friends out in the Madden world. The community is not that huge, especially among sim leagues. So, we do ask about people. And if we get a negative report on somebody, most likely they're not going to be here. So just keep that in mind when you're recommending people here to the league. Streaming archiving is required by at least one person playing the game. If you can't stream it, please do record it. And there's a couple people here that do that, and they can provide video evidence of it. So that's why, I do allow that to happen. This is for evidence, of course, of any gameplay issues, as well as the ability to create highlights, which, I'm willing to do in my limited available time. I've gotten better with my video software, as you can tell, so I don't mind putting that stuff together. As long as you put a timestamp or give me timestamps of when the highlights happen, and I don't have to sit there and watch a whole game because a lot of us don't have time for that. And the last thing on this segment, arguing in the main chat, that's a major no-no to me and the league administration. Take it to DM and settle it if you got a problem with somebody. You don't need an audience for your problem. We're men. Men handle things man to man. We don't need, peanut gallery chirping in on some BS, okay? League chats for streams, league discussion, and general league chat, among members, like the stuff we've been doing over the summer with the votes and such. That's what the league chat's for. Then, if you want to talk about other games, that's cool too, or whatever, you may want to talk about. We get some interesting stories sometimes in the league chat, and that's what it's for. One-on-one conversations taken with DM. All right, and that's pretty much the basics here in the PEL. We'll have a lot more here coming up real shortly. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.